EGM Network.
This is Martha Matters. From real estate, healthcare, current events, taxes, or just about any topic, we're talking about it. Call us with any questions on just about any subject. Now, here she is, Martha!
Well, hi there, everyone, and welcome. I have just one issue that I want to talk about. Nothing about any of the economy or abortion or anything. Just one issue. And I'm not being Republican or Democratic, but it really, really bothers me with all voters. And that is the southern border, or in plain English, the wall. I realized in the very beginning, 3.5 years ago, the initial people who came over when they found out there was an open border, let's say a flood of people, were honest working people who wanted to have a new life, a new opportunity, and a chance to make more money and a higher income than where they came from. And I understood that, and for about the first 6 months, we had a lot of that. But 3.5 years after the same open border is another story. At this point, even Venezuela emptied out their prisons and said, you can go to we'll help you get to the border so you can cross it and go into the United States, but you will not be allowed to come back here. That's how much crime that they've had in Venezuela. And guess what? As of today, when I speak, 72% less crime in Venezuela. Now, that's all kinds of crime. Theft, holding people up, breaking into homes, murder, you name it. Every type of felony is reduced in Venezuela by 72%, including these organized gangs. I talked about one a few weeks ago, that Del Aragua. But there are others too. The M15? There are organized gangs, and even some of the unregistered aliens who came in last July and August. They all got together in the New York hotels when they arrived there and formed their own gang. And they're the ones that injured the policeman and killed one of them and so forth. They were newly organized gangs, and they obviously must have been gang members where they came from. If not Venezuela, any one of the Central American countries, South American countries, there are gangs all over the place. Also, the biggest single thing that everyone, and I've got to say, not just Democrats, Republicans too, the entire Congress, the entire Senate, looked the other way at what the drug cartels are doing. As of today, when I'm speaking, there's solidly 100 to 200,000 kids, and not infants and children. They're young adults all the way up to the age of 25, and that is the largest cause of death in that age group. Folks, that is the future of America, and they're not constant drug addicts. Many of them were kids who just said, oh, I have a headache. Do you have something for me? And they gave them a little blue pill that looked like an M&M, and they had no idea they were dying. They never had not even marijuana, not even heroin or any of the others. They just had a spur-of-the-moment headache and looked at this little innocent blue pill, which was not so innocent. That was fentanyl. So we're not talking about thugs dying. We're talking about good children, teenagers, young adults who made a major part of the future of America. Believe me, the cartels know what they're doing, not just making money and on the side taking some of these kids who survive, who don't die, making them dealers, training them to dealers, or if they refuse to do it, okay, here comes the death penalty, but we're going to rape you first. That is from the border. Mm-hmm. Every darn one of those problems is from the border. And I can't believe right up till now that the border isn't the number one shame, the number one issue, even more than the economy, more than anything else, more than abortion. That is the number one issue hurting America, and both parties have been turning themselves away from it like, oh, well, it's just another issue to be solved. It's not just an issue, it's the future of America. Do you know that when we had the pandemic in 2020 and 2021, one of the bills, I believe it was the pandemic bill, had $6 million going to Jordan in the Mideast, answering their plea to please help us fund a wall to keep the Iranian and Palestinian thugs from coming into our country. We have a kingdom, not a dictatorship. We have a kingdom with large numbers of middle-class working people that are accountable to Jordan. They're accountable to their families. They are not starving. There is minimal theft, hardly any, in that country right now. And that wall works, and they are so thankful for getting the wall. What is the matter with us? I spoke to several people in the last several months who said, well, we're open to the wall. We didn't mind that being a campaign promise because we need more workers. How can people not think that we're getting all the individuals who could not make it in their country? Believe me, there are no neurosurgeons, no engineer, no contractor. There are people who didn't make it, and the overwhelming majority are not bilingual. They don't speak English. Why would they be such fabulous workers when they don't even know how to be focused? They don't know how to concentrate. Forget about schooling. Just being accountable and using your head and thinking what you're going to do next. Instead of give me, what are you going to do to earn enough money to feed yourself, your girlfriend, kids if you have them, and be accountable? That's what America, or the USA, I should say, is all about, not indefinite handouts. And the people coming across now are basically a higher percentage, not all of them, of course, but a much, much higher percentage of criminals. And they don't care about any life, whether it's an individual that's only 5, 8, 10 years old, 12 years old, all the way up to an elderly person, 70, 80, 90. They don't care who they kill. Each individual life is not that important. They have an agenda for robbing, for causing chaos. And speaking of causing chaos, our good friend George Soros, he did a lot this summer to support all the Palestinian protesters, and most of them were not Palestinians. They were just plain youth who had no direction and thought it was a good cause. Well, the good cause was helping people who cut each other's arms and legs and wrists off so that they can't steal when they make a mistake. The entire Hamas group does not respect a single life, even among their own. Even among their own Palestinians. They realize there's going to be collateral damage. They don't feel sorry. They don't care. And they have an agenda to cause chaos, steal as much as they can, and maintain their lifestyle of being in control. In our country, we're approaching that level of looking like in a few years we'll be Venezuela if we keep the open borders. It's plain and simple. We're not against immigration, Democrats or Republicans, but immigration the correct way when this country was founded, when we had Ellis Island. Before coming over, however minimal, you need to have some sort of skill, be willing to learn English, right, and adjust to this country, not turn it upside down. Yeah. And we do not have that currently, and there is nothing in the future right now that points that direction.
Mm-hmm. You know what, Martha, I want to make a comment about that when you're talking about the people to speak English, because remember that many years ago, and we are all immigrants, right? Every one of us is an immigrant.
Correct.
But the people that I know that came in, they were proud to learn English because they wanted to assimilate into this country, not turn this country into what they had over there, and then now they're going to be the head of it, kind of thing, if I'm saying that the right way.
Yes.
It wasn't a takeover thing. It was, some of it was. There was crime and stuff back then. We're not going to live in a world where we have rose-colored glasses on, but it's a whole different atmosphere now. And I was watching a show, I didn't get the whole thing, that was talking about, the immigrants coming and taking Americans' jobs. And it was talking about, like blue-collar jobs, those kind of things. And the guy said, actually, in the percentage of people, it really is 70%, 80% still American people, whether you're a naturalized citizen or born here or whatever, that have those jobs. It's not the other ones that have literally taken it. So what are those people doing then that aren't doing these blue collar jobs that we're being told we need these workers to do these jobs, is my question.
That's a very good question. But what the statistics seem to be offering is, number one, they're tickled pink with all the freebies they've gotten. A debit card to buy their choice of drinks, their choice of food, a cell phone,
yeah,
and free medical care. And if they were interested and do speak English, which many of them don't, even a free higher education. And look how all the Americans are getting that in the teeth when they have all they can do to send their kids to college and handle the bills, especially more than one. That is the destroying of America, and I just can't believe, Democrat or Republican, the wall is not just another issue to be solved. It is the future of democracy.
Right. It is the foundation of democracy and of the United States. Absolutely. Yeah.
That is the whole thing. And why can't everybody see that? If they see that, there is only one way that they should have voted, whether it's Tuesday the 5th, early voting, or what have you. How can an honest, hardworking, accountable person actually agree to an open, unvetted border with loads of illegals, and that is okay? There isn't one country in the world that has agreed to that and found it successful, including super liberal all of Europe for a while.
Right.
When there was the trouble in Liberia and Egypt and Northern Africa, all the countries, and they came barreling over by boat, and they agreed to have these open borders. And to this day, Germany is still getting rid of thugs and criminals. And we can't even learn by that. And that was only a few years ago.
Right.
It is criminal. Just plain criminal. And I don't see how one person ever could vote for an open border. If they do, they don't belong here. Well, on that note, we're going to take a break, but we'll be back in a few minutes. Stay with us. I want to introduce you to our main sponsor, Highland Plaza, located on US 1 on the east side of the Highland Drive traffic light. We even have our own left-hand turn lane. One of the places in there, the first one on the north side, is Easy Stop, and you will be surprised what competitive and beautiful prices they have. You should give it a shot. Also, Tony's Hairstyling Salon is ideal for the entire family at all ages. He and his wife have run a salon there for years with a huge following. Also, we want to tell you about La Taberna Restaurant. It has the freshest Mexican food in town and a well-experienced chef. You will be most surprised not only by the food, but the reasonable prices. Also, I want to tell you about the nail salon. It's Luxury Nails. Let me tell you, they do everything, both for walk-in clients and appointments. Appointments are really appreciated, but they treat all clients professionally. Now, I want to repeat to you, this is located on US 1, just east of Highland Drive at the traffic light. It's a beautiful yellow building with a maroon awning. We look forward to seeing you there. Come on over.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Bollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a huge fall sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, $12.95 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of brand name closeout and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Fifth graders across Indian River County are designing unique license plates for the Kids Tag Art program, designed to raise money for art supplies in our schools. Kids Tag Art encourages student creativity and educates about Florida's worthy causes. You can support Kids Tag Art by shopping at Dillard's on November 16th. Dillard's is donating 10% of all purchases made on November 16th to Kids Tag Art. Support our aspiring artists while you shop for the holidays. Be sure to come to Dillard's and shop for the arts on November 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kids Tag Art is a 501c3 program by the tax collector of Indian River County.
Ho, ho, ho!
Vendors, join our Merry Market at Downtown Friday's Winter Wonderland, presented by GHO Homes and Main Street Vero Beach. Shoppers are ready to unwrap some special finds. Live music with Johnny and the Blaze, food trucks, reindeer games, and a visit from Santa.
Ho, ho, ho!
Vendors, heat up those sales. Book your space at Downtown Friday's Winter Wonderland. Black Friday, November 29th at 6 p.m. downtown Vero Beach.
Ho, ho, ho!
Okay, welcome back, everyone. Yes, after 4 years of an open border, I don't care what party you are, who you are, or whether you're left, whether you're moderate Democrat, moderate Republican, far-right Republican, I don't care. There isn't one of us that should vote, not one of us should vote for a person who allows a continued open border. I can't say it any more emphatically than that. We will not have a future of this country. The way we're going right now and keeping the border open, we're going to be another Venezuela. And nothing more. Nothing more, nothing better. We're going to be a Venezuela. And I wish I could be wrong in saying that statement. I beg to be wrong, but please, let's not ever let that happen. Everyone ought to be united on how successful we've been. There has been no country in the world that has been successful as we have for over 250 years. Why do we have to blow it and take all these steps down? Please, let us all put ourselves back together. I don't care, Republican, Democratic, Independent. Let's get together and continue to make capitalism work. It's not the best, it's not perfect, but it's the best thing that in the history of humanity that we've been able to do. It's the only situation where somebody born in poverty can work their way up to being a millionaire. No other such country has ever done that. So on that note, we've got to sign off, and we'll see you next week. Please be safe. Don't submit yourself to thugs or something suspicious. But be safe, be focused, work hard, and let's turn our country around. Have a great week.